Hello students, welcome to All Force e-learning junior intermediate English class. Very pleased to appear before you once again to continue the grammar topic parts of speech which was started in the previous session. In the previous session we discussed noun and pronoun. Noun is a naming word and pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. Okay, and we discussed kinds of nouns and kinds of pronouns also. In this session let us discuss verb. You remember, dear students, without a verb there is no sentence in English. What is a verb? You have already learnt it. Just recollect what you have learnt already. Verb is a word which describes an action Verb is a word which describes an action, state of being, and possession. We can also take the process. Verb describes a process also and an experience. Suppose let me write here one sentence. She drinks water. She drinks water. Here drinks is a verb. It indicates the action. Okay. And number 2, you take another sentence. He is a teacher. It indicates his state of being, or suppose we can even say he is busy. Like that also we can take. And the third one is they have many problems. This indicates possession. This indicates state of being, and we enjoyed the party. That's a kind of experience. Okay, so whatever it may be, that indicates an action, state of being, possession, experience or process. Whatever that indicates them, that is a verb. Okay, and there are different kind of verbs. If you take mainly verb, so this is divided into 2. Main verbs and the other one is auxiliary verbs. Main verbs, auxiliary verbs. These main verbs are also known as lexical verbs. Main verbs are also known as lexical verbs. If you take auxiliary verbs, they are also known as helping verbs. These helping verbs are again divided into primary auxiliaries and the other one is modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. What are primary auxiliaries? We can take be forms, do forms, H forms. B forms, do forms, H forms. What are B forms? Am, is, are, was, were. We have already discussed verb in tenses. Just let us revise once again. B forms are am, is, are, was, were. Do forms do, does, did. H forms have, has, had. And what are modal auxiliaries? Shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, ought, used to. Remember, B forms are am, is, are, was, were. Do forms do, does, did. H forms have, has, had. They are known as primary auxiliaries, and modal auxiliaries are shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might, must, need, dare, ought, used to. Just if we go on reading number of times, definitely we can get perfection. This is pertaining to auxiliary verbs, and if you take main verbs, we have different kinds. For example, you take transitive verbs. What is a transitive verb? A verb which has an object. A verb which has an object is a transitive verb. Suppose he drinks coffee. You take this particular sentence. He drinks what? There will be a reply if the question begins with what. Then that verb is a transitive verb because it has an object here. He drinks coffee. Coffee is drunk by him. Okay, and another one also, she helps the poor. Okay, and here she helps whom? She helps the poor. Okay, so the poor are helped by her. This is pertaining to transitive verb, and if you take the other one is intransitive verb. The verb which does not have an object is known as an intransitive verb. For example, I wake up early in the morning. I wake up early in the morning. I wake up early in the morning. This is an intransitive verb because there is no object in the given sentence. Okay. Next, if you take many actors live in Mumbai. Many actors live in Mumbai. This is an intransitive verb because it has no object here. The verb which has an object is a transitive verb, and the verb which does not have an object is an intransitive verb. Sometimes a verb may act as a transitive verb and it is also an intransitive verb. For example, you take the sentence here, water boils. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Just you carefully observe. Water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. In this particular sentence, this boils is a verb and it does not have any object in this. Therefore, it is an intransitive verb. Okay. Now let me write another sentence. I boil the water. I boil the water. Here boil is a verb and it has an object. Therefore, it is known as a transitive verb. Here boil acts as an intransitive verb and a transitive verb. Okay, dear students, and the verbs may be finite verbs or infinite, non-finite verbs. Okay, if you take finite verb, what does a finite verb means? A finite verb means the verb which carries the tense, then that is known as a finite verb. Okay. So suppose let me write one sentence here. My parents should have reached my parents should have reached the station a bit early. So my dear students, you carefully observe here, should indicates the past tense. Okay, and here have is an auxiliary verb and it is followed by the other verb. This is known as non-finite verb. Carefully observe, my dear students, whatever that indicates the tense, that is known as a finite verb, and which does not indicate any tense, that is known as a non-finite verb. Okay, what is a verb? Verb is a word which describes an action, state of being and possession, and of course a process and experience. Okay, transitive verb means a verb which has an object, and intransitive verb means a verb which does not have an object. So in the examination, just a word is given and you are asked to identify its parts of speech but not its category. Okay, dear students, so like that you take any sentence, that sentence must have a verb. It may be an auxiliary verb or it may be a main verb, but sentences will not exist without verbs. Keep that in mind, dear students. So just have a glance. This is pertaining to verb. So next we discuss another part of speech, that is adjective. Next is, dear students, just please pay attention, adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word which qualifies a noun or pronoun. An adjective is a word which tells about a noun or a pronoun. Okay, an adjective deals with quality, quantity and number. Please remember, an adjective deals with quality, quantity and number. Okay, so we can give plenty of examples for adjective also, and adjectives are used in degrees of comparison. We have already discussed that topic. What are compared? Qualities are compared generally. Okay, so therefore, dear students, please remember, she is beautiful. Here, beautiful is the word which tells about the subject she. Therefore, this beautiful is an adjective. Okay, dear students, and the story is interesting. The story is interesting. Here, interesting is in fact a verb in V4 form, V1 plus ing, and here it acts as an adjective. The film is boring. For example, this is also an adjective because it tells about the noun. Even sometimes the V3 form of a verb also is treated as an adjective. Suppose she came here. She came here with a broken heart. She came here with a broken heart. Just you please try to understand here. This broken is an adjective. You know very well, break, broke, broken. Broken is in its V3 form and it is followed by a noun. Therefore, this broken is an adjective. The pen is very costly. The pen is very costly. Generally, the words which ends generally the words which end with ly, they are treated as adverbs, but sometimes they are treated as adjectives also. She gave me a lovely gift. Gift is a noun, therefore lovely is an adjective. He solved the problem cleverly. Okay, he did the work neatly. Cleverly and neatly are adverbs. But don't consider every word which ends with ly is an adverb. According to its meaning in the statement or sentence, we have to determine its part of speech. Okay, you take even articles. For example, you take a and the, they are treated as demonstrative adjectives. Okay, she gave me a gift. For instance, she gave me a gift. Don't get any confusion. Here, gift is a noun. Therefore, this a is treated as an adjective. Okay, dear students, even the also. A and the are treated as demonstrative adjectives, and there are some words. If you take the words, suppose no, okay, nothing, okay, any, some, many, few, a few, much, little, a little. These are all treated as adjectives, etc. For example, suppose let me ask you one sentence. Do you have any doubts? This is a question raised by me, for instance. So here doubts is a noun, therefore this any is treated as an adjective. Yesterday we discussed many were ill-treated. Many were ill-treated. Many is a pronoun. Many students were ill-treated. Let me say, for example, students is a noun, then many becomes an adjective. Much water has flowed under the bridge. Water is a noun, much becomes an adjective. Few students came to class. Students is noun, therefore few becomes an adjective. Okay, dear students, like this we can read out or we can write number of sentences. To get perfection in parts of speech, you will have to observe when you read or when you write. If you develop that habit, in due course of time certainly you can get perfection. Keep that in mind. With this adjective is completed, my dear students. Next we can go for adverb. In the next session, I will write some sentences on the board with which you can be able to identify the part of speech of every sentence. Dear students, here, next if you take adverb, what is an adverb? What is an adjective? Adjective is a word which qualifies a noun or pronoun. Then what is an adverb? An adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb, adjective or another adverb. Adverb is a word, just let me write the definition here. Adverb is a word which modifies, not qualifies, which modifies the verb or meaning of the verb, whatever it may be, which modifies the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. It denotes how, when and where an action takes place. Okay, it describes how, when and where something happens. Okay, so here suppose let me write one sentence. He runs fast. Here runs is a verb, fast is an adverb, because this fast modifies the meaning of the verb here. How does he run? He runs fast, therefore it is an adverb and this one is a verb. Okay. Next you take she is very beautiful. She is very beautiful. Beautiful is adjective and here very is an adverb, because this very modifies the meaning of adjective beautiful. Okay, and they walk very fast. How do they walk? They walk fast. Here walk is a verb, fast is an adverb, very is also an adverb. He wrote very neatly. He wrote neatly. Neatly is adverb. Very is again an adverb, because an adverb can modify the meaning of another adverb also. Okay, So if you take the types of adverbs, number one, if you take adverbs of time, frequency and duration. Adverbs of time, frequency, duration. Suppose the time means you can take when, and frequency means how often. Okay, and his duration means how long. What are the adverbs of time, frequency, duration? Suppose let me write here always, never, then, soon, tomorrow, last year. Etc. These are only the examples. You can learn many. Okay, always, never, then, soon, always, never, then, now. Even you can take now also. Soon, tomorrow, last year. Suppose let me write one sentence here. Tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday. What is tomorrow here? It is a noun. Suppose I write one more sentence here. I meet you tomorrow. Here this tomorrow is not noun, but it is an adverb. Please remember. Suppose he never comes late. So position of adverbs is also very important, that may be asked in correction of sentences. He never comes late. Here never is an adverb, of course. Here late is also an adverb. He never comes late. Here never is adverb, and this always comes before the verb. Often, seldom, always, never. These are the adverbs. They come before the verb. Okay, you can take any of these. Come soon, for example, I write one sentence here. You can easily understand. Come soon. What is come? Come is a verb, and soon is an adverb here, and the implied subject in this particular sentence is you. This is an imperative sentence. What is the implied subject in imperative sentences? Second person. Come soon means you come soon, and this is pertaining to adverbs of time, number one, and number two, if you take adverbs of place. If you take near, below, around, and here, comma, there, up, comma, down. These are all the adverbs of place. Okay, dear students, suppose you take another sentence here. He climbed up. This is an adverb. Please remember, this is an adverb. If the sentence is climbed up the ladder, when this particular up is followed by the noun, then that becomes a preposition. Walked down. Walked down. Down is an adverb. Walked down the street. If the sentence is walked down the street, down is followed by a noun, then down becomes a preposition. Okay, so you go there. Go there. Go there means here, if you take go and there, here there is an adverb. So these are adverbs of place, which indicates the place, and they are the adverbs of time, frequency and duration. Okay, and we have another also adverbs of just have a glance, dear students. Adverbs of place, adverbs of place, adverbs of time, and we have one more also, adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner. Okay, we can take neatly, calmly, angrily, happily. Okay, so these are the adverbs of manner. He worked neatly. So here this neatly is an adverb. So he revealed the matter very angrily. Okay, he is pronoun, revealed is verb, matter is noun, angrily is adverb. Okay, and very is also an adverb. Okay, and we led the life happily. We led the life happily. So happily is also an adverb, and we have some more also. So just quietly well, hardly, hard or hardly, and very. So these are the adverbs. Just please have a glance, my dear students. So dear students, here just have a glance. This is pertaining to adverb. Here adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb, adjective or another adverb, and we have discussed different kind of adverbs here. Adverbs of place, and you take adverbs of what we call time, frequency and duration, adverbs of manner, and these are adverbs of degree. Okay, we can take even this one is This is quite, just quite, well, hard, very. Okay. We have one more also, fast. So these are the adverbs. For example, he worked well. So this is well is an adverb. And if you take the other one, for example, she works hard. This hard is an adverb. Here well is an adverb and hard is also an adverb, dear students. And just you try to analyze the difference here. Suppose I write one sentence here. She is a hard worker. She is a hard worker. Suppose that is the sentence. Here what is worker and what is hard? Worker is a noun, therefore hard becomes an adjective. Okay, they do the work fast. Fast means adverb. They are fast runners. What is runner? Runner is a noun, therefore fast becomes an adjective. According to their role in sentences, we determine their parts of speech. I drink water. Water is a noun. I water the plants. Water is a verb. You come in. In is a preposition. She is in the. You come in. In is an adverb. He is in the room. In is a preposition. So different words act as different parts of speech. So when we read, we can get perfection. And dear students, with this adverb is also completed so far. We have discussed noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb. Preposition, you already know, it has been explained when we discussed the topic prepositions. Okay, that topic has been completed, therefore you will have to go through the part prepositions very well, and it becomes very easy to identify the prepositions in the sentences. And the remaining two are conjunction and interjection. So they can be discussed in the next session. It doesn't take much time to discuss them, but in this session time is over. Therefore I am constrained to wind up the session, dear students. Please remember, practice makes man perfect. Let us work hard. Okay. So dear students, with this I close my teaching, and I express my gratitude to all of you for listening to the lecture and for watching the video. We meet soon to discuss the remaining parts of speech. Till then, goodbye.